Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It is Christian here. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we'll be doing Foundation Friday and we are going to be testing out the new Milk Makeup matte foundation. This is the Blur Liquid Matte Foundation and we will be putting this to the test. It is the foundation, of course, that I am wearing all over my face. So if you are not familiar with Foundation Friday, basically it's where I test out a new foundation every single Friday here on my channel. I wear it throughout the day and then I come back at the end of the night and let you know what I think about the particular foundation. If you've been around on my channel for a while, you know that I haven't had the best of luck with milk makeup, but I'm not giving up hope. So we're going to test this out. We're going to wear it. If you're interested in seeing how this foundation is going to wear throughout the day, then you were definitely in the right place. But before I get into the video, I just want to say that if you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you do not mind, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. If you're into foundation reviews, foundation tests, and just all things beauty in general, then this is definitely a good place for you to maybe want to stick around. And if you're not new to my channel, welcome back. Thank you for continuing to join and support. And yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and see what I think about this new Milk Makeup foundation. Alright guys, so I have two of the highly requested foundations, the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation. I also have the YSL All Hours Foundation. I think I'm going to do the Milk Makeup today because I ordered the corresponding primer that goes with the All Hours Foundation and it hasn't come in yet. So I think I'm going to do this one. It is available on Sephora.com and in Sephora stores. There are 16 shades and it does retail for $40. The lightest shade being Ivory, the darkest shade being Deep. And I did pick mine up in the shade Light. I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should have gone, there is one up from the shade Light and I'm kind of thinking I should have picked that one. Yeah, because this is light with pink undertones and I think they have a golden light, which is more of a neutral undertones. So hopefully this one will work out for me. As you guys know, I do not have the best of luck when it comes to milk makeup. This is kind of like my last and final chance to get this to work because a lot of their stuff I've tried and I'm just not the biggest fan of. There are a couple of things by them I really like, but all in all, I haven't been the biggest fan of the brand. So this is what the packaging looks like. It is a squeezy tube and does it come with 1 fluid ounce? And it does come with 1 fluid ounce. Okay, I'm quickly going to read off the claims on Sephora's website so that way you guys will know what we're working with. I know that this foundation has already been reviewed a ton, so you're probably already familiar with it. I'm a little late to the party, but we're going to go with it anyway. It says it is a full coverage foundation for sensitive and normal combination and oily skin. I do lean a little bit dry combo, so hopefully this will kind of work out for me. It does have a matte finish. It says it is an ultra weightless full coverage foundation with an oil-free, silicone-free formula that lets skin breathe. Designed to make applying and wearing foundation easy, Blur Liquid Matte Foundation offers flawless full coverage at first swipe, leaving a smooth matte finish that looks and feels as light as air. This Milk Blur Stick and Blur Spray Liquid Matte Foundation instantly minimize the appearances of pores and imperfection using blurring microspheres, tiny powdered filled spheres, and diffused light to leave a flawless, soft focused skin. So also important about this product is vegan, oil-free, gluten-free, silicone-free, and cruelty-free. Okay, so, and like I mentioned, I did pick mine up in the shade Light. Hopefully this works. I think I'm going to end up having to go back for Golden Light, which is the neutral light undertoned one, but we're going to try this one out today. We're going to use my Sigma F80 Flat Top Kabuki, and then we're going to use my Dampen Beauty Blender on half of my face. I'm going to go ahead and quickly use my primers. I have been testing out the Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I've been using this for about the last week. I don't really like it to set my makeup, but I do like it as a first step to my makeup. I am also going to be using, I used this in a first impressions video that I've already filmed that hasn't gone up yet. I just need to edit it. Hopefully it'll be up this week. This is the MAC Strobe Cream. I have really been enjoying this stuff a lot. It just gives me a really nice luminosity. So I will be going in with this guy as well as a little bit of the Dior Pore Minimizing Primer, and then we will get started with the makeup application. My face is primed and ready to go. We're going to start, like always, we're going to start with the brush on this half of my face. It has a little bit more movement than I would have expected it to be. For some reason, the fact that it was in a squeezy tube, I was halfway expecting it to be a super thick, more creamy type foundation, but this definitely does have a little bit of a liquid movement to it, so that's cool. Color might not be too bad, we'll find out. When I kind of am applying it to my skin, you can almost feel like it's a little bit thick, but it's still movable, so that's okay as well, because it's, like I said, it's still movable. So I pretty much used everything that I squeezed out on the hand, and then we're gonna just work it in. And that is covering everything, like right out of the gate. That is definitely full coverage. And it's blending so nicely. And it literally pretty much just covered everything. There are a few of my breakouts, but I did a mask last night, a detoxifying mask, so I think that could be why a lot of my breakouts are a little bit redder and a little bit more apparent today, because they're coming to the surface. There are a few that are still showing a little bit right back here, but for the most part, look at that. For the most part, we have full coverage. That is nice. It has a slight bit of tackiness to it, but I feel like that's gonna dry down. So I like that. That looks good on the skin. Really flawless coverage, looks really nice. I'm into it. Let's see how it applies with the Beauty Blender. And my Beauty Blender is dampened. Let's see. This is blending out literally like amazing. It's not pulling at the skin, it's not tugging at the skin. It's applying beautifully with the Beauty Blender and with the sponge. I did apply, I feel like I might have applied a little bit more foundation to start with on the Beauty Blender side. So the coverage looks about the same. I tried to squeeze out the same amount, but I think it might have been a little bit more. That is looking nice. Blend it down the neck a little bit. Take it back on the ears a little bit. I like it. I like it on both sides. I think it looks good on both sides of the face. I think it looks good on the brush side with the Beauty Blender side. I think I had a few more active breakouts on the side with the brush. But I do think that everything looks really nice and covered. And I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever been this impressed by a Milk makeup product right out of the gate. And you guys, I don't feel like this looks matte. I can't tell if it's this, the Strobe Cream, that's kind of giving me a little bit of luminosity. And I always like to apply very luminous products underneath more matte foundations because I do have slightly drier skin. But there is definitely some luminosity peeking through the skin. The foundation doesn't look flat. It looks nice. I'm super impressed so far. It doesn't look cakey. It doesn't look drying so far. I mean, of course, it's only been on my skin for like 2 minutes. But it hasn't dried down in an ugly way. It applied beautifully with both a brush and a Beauty Blender. It canceled out pretty much all of the redness on my skin. I think it looks good. So I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed. It's currently 10:53, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I will be back and let you know how everything applied over top. So I will be right back, you guys. It is currently 11:57, so we'll just call it 12 o'clock. I do have my full face of makeup on, and really quickly I want to just say I did like the way the foundation had applied originally, but one thing I noticed is it started to wear off of my chin very easily. Like I went, after I had applied like my powders, my bronzers, everything like that, I went back and looked at my chin and the foundation had almost been completely removed from my chin. Now on my forehead, and I applied extra foundation to this side of my forehead, which is where I have the discoloration. But on this side of my forehead, it looks like the foundation has lifted a little in a little bit of a weird way. It's settling a little funny on my nose, but I do think that it looks pretty good in the cheek area. And I do still think that it provided pretty decent coverage. So I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I'm just going to have to see how it's going to wear throughout the day. Let me bring you in a little closer. So here we are a little bit closer up. Hopefully you can kind of see what I mean about the forehead and the nose. Maybe it just looks a little bit powdery. Maybe that's what it is. You guys can see that. And I was able to kind of work with the chin a little bit to kind of get it to work. It is looking a little bit drying in certain areas. Not bad. I do really like the way it looks in the cheek area though. But the forehead and the chin and the nose, I'm not really loving that right now. So we're, of course, as you know the drill, we're going to wear it throughout the day. I will check back in with you guys in a couple of hours and let you kind of know what I'm thinking about the foundation, a couple of hours of wear. So I will see you guys back here in a little bit. Bye. All right guys, not a lot of time has passed. It's only about 1:40, but this might be the only time that I can do a natural light check-in. So I just kind of wanted you to see how everything is looking. I'm liking the foundation a little bit more the more it wears. It doesn't feel heavy. It has not oxidized, nothing like that. It hasn't really got that drying matte sensation or feeling to the skin either, but I do think it's decent quality. I do think it's pretty good. The coverage is still pretty high. And I do still like the way it looks on the cheeks a lot. I think it looks really, really good over like my pores and stuff. I just think it's like the center of the forehead where I tend to get the most dry, but there are days where that's also the most oily part of my face. So I feel like it's just maybe my skin that's having a little bit of a rough time, because I've noticed lately my skin hasn't been looking the best. I've been having some issues with my skin. So all in all, not a bad foundation. Don't have anything too negative to say about it. I think it's wearing pretty decently. It's true to color, all that good stuff. So I'll check back in with you back at home whenever I get home for the day, and I will see you guys back in a little bit. Bye guys. All right guys, and I am back. It is about 11 o'clock, or exactly 11 o'clock, not about. And I'm just gonna be super quick because it was a long day and I'm kind of ready to wash my makeup off and go to bed. I think I'm ready to break up with Milk Makeup. Like, I think, you know, they keep breaking my heart. They keep doing me wrong. They keep doing me dirty. And I keep coming back and I keep trying again, and I keep, you know, having faith that they're gonna work for me because everybody else seems to love them and really enjoy their products. This foundation, I can't remember the last time I was this let down by a foundation. When I put this foundation on, I was in love. I was like, this is everything that I want in a foundation. I was ready to retire, you know, my Laura Mercier foundation and just say, you know what, I don't need you anymore. I have found my next best thing. And then my face happened. This happened. So I'm gonna try it again tomorrow with some different primers to see if I can get a different result. But I look pretty bad. So my smile lines, this is the worst they've looked in a really long time. My forehead wrinkle, honestly, I can't remember the last time that a foundation accentuated my forehead wrinkle like this bad. It's a hot mess of a situation, so let me go ahead and zoom you guys in. Do you see the sad face I'm making? Because that's how this foundation is making me feel. All right, look at this. I've been doing foundation Fridays for a very long time. The last several foundations, you guys, can any of y'all tell me when the last time you noticed one that looked this bad on my skin? It's been a while. I mean, I feel like it's so much of a letdown because I was so excited when I put it on this morning. Look at my forehead. Like, can't remember the last time a foundation creased in my forehead like that. Sometimes primers make a huge difference. You know, sometimes the wrong primer can cause things to go really bad. It held the coverage pretty decently, like along my chin, along, you know, my jawline and things like that. The coverage didn't really change too much. It didn't oxidize. The cons, it makes me look old. And I get it, it's a matte foundation. They said that it's not a foundation for dry skin, but I have combination skin. Yes, some of the areas in my face do get dry, but overall, like, you can see, like, there is oil on my skin, you know what I mean? So I get oily throughout the day. I'm gonna give it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm very, very close to breaking up with this brand, like 100%, like officially for sure, because I just haven't had luck with them. Oh, did I show you guys around my nose? Ooh, I don't think I did. Do you see that? Look at that. Like, it's like it just built up, like, I don't know, like you can see where it's like, that's oil. So it says it's good for oily skin, but it didn't even hold up in the areas that, you know, my skin is naturally oily. Hey, I'm filming this on Wednesday, so I'm gonna wear it again on Thursday, and I'll probably try it again on Friday. So look down in the description box below. Maybe I'll do a little check-in, which I've never done before, and kind of let you guys know how it wears by the end of the day tomorrow as well. But so far, as of right now, this one is a pass for me. I have not liked any of the foundation products that I have ever tried from Milk Makeup. They just don't work for me. It's just a brand that I just can't seem to find my niche with. And anyways, so thank you guys so much for joining. Can you tell I'm disappointed because I was so excited about this foundation. Anyways, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really hope that you did enjoy this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe down below before you head out. And yeah, I will see you on Monday. Bye guys.